Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Matriarchs of Fandom, and we've lost Miss Lady Gray.
Yeah. She
We'll
was
try
here a
to-
minute ago.
We'll try to get her back in here. There she is. There she is. There we go.
There she is. She's back.
Something about the sound.
We have back. Okay, so ladies, welcome back. It's been a while since we've gotten together. We've all just gotten back from Galaxycon, and I believe, hold on here, let me get this straight. I got so many things playing and going off at the same time. There we go. Got back from Galaxycon, and we were talking about all the costumes, and then you guys came up with the idea of saying, hey, let's do something about cosplay. Let's talk about cosplay, and everything in it. So I thought that would be a great idea. I might try to throw some pictures up as we're talking. I got to see how all that works for me. But let's start off with what you like to cosplay as, and we'll keep the questions rolling from there. And I'm going to start with you, Lady Gray.
Well, currently my favorite one right now is my pink Jedi, because, why be a traditional Jedi when you can be a pink Jedi? Because I have to put my own spin on it. In the campaign, there's no with a pink lightsaber. Hope I'm not coming out as distorted as I sound, but there's nobody with a pink lightsaber, so I had to put my own twist on it. I've also, in the past, cosplayed as Hufflepuff because I'm a Hufflepuff from Harry Potter. I've done Professor McGonagall. I have several that I want to do. I want to do Helga Hufflepuff from Harry Potter. I'm loving Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian, so I want to do that one. And I would love to do Jocasta Nu sometime. So I've got a lot of sewing to do.
Speaking of that, I did see some of your work on at the convention. There was a red flash lady running around.
There was a lot of sewing went into that.
But your work is second to none, ma'am. I saw it. I appreciated it. Sadly you couldn't be there. We know you had other obligations, but your work was present. So I want you to know that we all looked at it and we all admired it, and we know some work went into that. So hats off to you on that.
It came out really well, so I'm glad it showed up and looked good to everybody.
Okay, Miss Vonda.
Hello.
Your favorite cosplay.
The last few times I've just been doing the Star Trek blue dress, red dress. When I was a lot smaller, I had a Xena outfit. Batgirl. I've been Maleficent. So those are the ones that I kind of do over and over again.
Nice.
So you were Xena, huh?
A long time ago.
That was one of my favorite shows. I loved her arc. I love Xena's arc. I hate to say this, but I hated the way it ended. I mean, it was a great ending, but she went through so much only to end up like she did, and I was really sad about that. That was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Katala. We all know your favorite, but go ahead.
It shows, does it? I will go Klingon as I did at the convention, and I guess the only other thing I could possibly think of would be another type of warrior. I don't know. I'll have to cogitate and come up with something, but Klingons work well for me.
There's nothing wrong with that. If that's your favorite cosplay and that's what you want to do, you should by all means do it. And this is something that I have trouble with. And don't think that I'm calling anybody out there. I'm saying anything negative about anybody. But I would prefer, with women, it's empowering. You know what I mean? So if you're a larger size woman and you wanted to do, say, a Wonder Woman or whatever else, I think that's empowering. For me, if as a bigger guy, if I put on a Batman costume, I felt like I would be doing it just disjustice, because you know what I'm saying? No, this is not, this is not Fat Man, this is Batman. You know what I mean? I don't have that confidence. But now, as a Klingon, there are portly Klingons. I can get away with that. You know what I mean? I just feel that I could get away with it, and that's what I'd like to do. So that, and of course with the Mandalorian stuff, with Jon Favreau showing us
Is it heavy?
as a heavier Mandalorian, you can do that too. So I love that. But for women, I find it, if you're a larger woman, I don't think there's anything wrong with you in a, say, Wonder Woman costume, or something more revealing. Me as a man, like I said, especially, I guess it's just that I have a thing for Batman. To see a guy dressed as a big Batman really kind of ticks me off. I'm like, dude, come on, that's Batman. You know what I mean?
We saw that one Captain America that was rather portly. He had been to McDonald's, I think, too many times.
And it's just, I don't know. Ladies, do you understand where I'm coming from? I don't want to sound chauvinistic. I find it fine for a woman to do that because, like I said, I like a confident woman. I don't care if you think you can carry it off. By all means, carry it off, wear it well, and work it. As a dude, though, I'm like, dude, damn well Batman don't look like that. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? I have that. I know it's a double standard on my part, but that's just the way I feel about it. I find it just kind of crazy because we saw all kinds of things at the convention. And let me tell you, there were these two young ladies and booty cheeks were hanging out. And all I could say was, where is your father? That's all I kept thinking to myself was, where is your father? They didn't have any type of nylon stockings on or any type of leggings. This was just this bodysuit and cheeks hanging out.
Yep. And
all I kept thinking was, where is your dad? Because your dad right now is turning over in his grave. If he's not, if he's alive, he should be at this convention slapping you because this is crazy. You know what I mean? Because they were and they looked like minors. Now they could have been a little bit older. Lord knows I didn't have my glasses on half the time when I was there, but I just found it a little. Again, it's been a while since I've been to a big convention. Okay. I think the last convention I went to was the one that we got notified that Mark Leonard died. And that's where MarsCon was taking place at last year. So when we went to that convention, that's when I found out that Mark Leonard had died. Leonard Nimoy had died. So, that's been a few years, well, more than a few years, but that's a small con. This one, like I said, it
was
just
huge.
it astounds me that ladies, revealing costumes. Let's since I went down this road, let's talk about that. Revealing costumes. Miss Liz, I didn't even finish. I didn't even get to you about what you like to wear. So your favorite cosplay, and then your revealing costumes, yay or nay?
Well, I've been doing costuming since 72, so I have quite a few. But I wore Professor McGonagall last weekend. It went over like everybody liked it. I was being. I got a very favorable response from a lot of people.
Well, you look really good, Miss Liz. You had your little familiar with you and everything. It looked really well.
There was a little boy who really, I made his day and he made mine. He was dressed up as Harry Potter and he took me as Professor McGonagall right off the bat, and he had to talk to me about class and transfiguration, and he said he wouldn't be late for class and so on and so forth. And we had a nice little chat and made his dad really happy too. But I'd say that was my highlight of, as far as cosplay was concerned, that was the highlight of my weekend, was that little man. Um, and then I've done several different Stargate SG-1 outfits. I've done at least 4 different Star Trek outfits. I have a Jedi outfit. I have 2 Doctor Who outfits. And I did one which I will never wear again because this is back when makeup wasn't the greatest. And I did an Andorian bounty hunter. And I will never do it again. Because it took me 3 hours to get into that outfit and everything in it. And the horns and the white wig and God forbid that blue paint, that blue makeup. Oh my Jesus, was that a mess? Because this is back in the day where you put it on, you had to make sure you didn't touch nobody and nobody touched you because it smeared everywhere. And also my horns got broke during that particular convention too. I got bumped. And I swear up and down I will never ever do it again. Of course, and I also had a figure back then. And I could get away with it. But and as of right now, I think ladies who wear overly revealing costumes should have their head examined. Like you said, where is their dad and where is their common sense? Some ladies, they look okay in that because they have the figure for it. And, and also I think, oh my God, they gotta be freezing in that outfit because sometimes those conventions the air conditioning can be, you could be walking into a refrigerator wearing little or to nothing. And I've seen little to nothing when I've been to DragonCon. And I've seen ladies with little to nothing. And then I've seen ladies who should have rethought themselves before they walked out the door. Because, I mean, it takes a lot of gumption to go out dressed like that when you don't look. I can understand what they think they look like, but in the public's eye, they look like something okay. All right. Anybody tell this woman? And that goes for the guys too.
Okay, well, we're going to get to the guys in a minute because
well, that's my take on revealing outfits, and I've seen a few over the years.
I've got some questions for you ladies about that because we'll get into that later. But let's go, Lady Gray.
Lady Gray, you would have loved my McGonagall outfit. It went over.
I saw the pictures. It was awesome.
And Katala, Patricia's the one that talked me into doing that.
It looked great.
Vice the Jedi outfit. And she was right. It was more comfortable.
Yes.
So Lady Gray, your thoughts on that?
Well, so there's 2 things. And one is so there's a self-respect aspect of it. To me, I value, I respect myself enough to where I want to be appreciated for more than just how you look at me. I don't want you to just look at me for, the pieces of meat that's hanging out of my costume. So, I'd rather you look at me, when I wear my Jedi costume, everything's covered up, and I'm representing myself as a warrior, not as a piece of meat. And then there's the part two. There's the, your costume should be flattering, and maybe there's a vanity aspect of that. But I am a child of the '80s, and we had the motto of it's better to look good than to feel good. So let's be real, and this kind of goes back to your Batman thing. Not every costume looks good on everybody, and you can be as empowered as you want, but if it doesn't look good on you, then if it doesn't look good on me, I don't feel good about myself, so I'm not going to wear it. And if it doesn't flatter you, I don't know how you can feel good about yourself. And I don't understand why someone would want to go out wearing something that is just not flattering. I don't know, but maybe they've lied to themselves enough that they actually believe it.
No, good points. Good points. Good points. Belanda, your aspect on this?
Now that I'm a little bit older, I if you have the body and maybe if you're younger, I don't think it would be as bad. I mean, for me, I've my oldest child is 26. I don't feel that it's appropriate for me to wear revealing. I mean, I wouldn't wear the Xena outfit now that I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So, and nowhere near look like I did back then. So, but if you're the kind of person who do feel okay, not to pick out one of my daughters, but she's a plus size woman. And, her outfits that she's wearing, sometimes I'm like, But
Oh, no. Hopefully she'll jump back in.
I
Did
think
we
she
lose
froze.
everybody?
No, just her.
20, 30 years ago.
Okay. All right. Miss Katala, your thoughts on the revealing. Now, I saved you for last because you were in the leathers.
Yes.
And she looked good in the leather.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, as the subject was on revealing costumes, and hers was it was leather, and you had your cloak, you had your forehead on.
And I made sure the leather bits at the bottom were sewn together so they wouldn't fly up and show more than they should.
Oh, okay. All right. So your take on revealing costumes or revealing cosplay, should I say?
If you're the appropriate age and if it's done tastefully, that would work. But if you're younger or if you don't feel confident, have a gentleman to protect you to make sure you're safe.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was really concerned about it because I saw a lot of girls by themselves. I saw a group of little girls that just, to me, I mean, I don't know if I would let my little 13, 14-year-old daughter run around with a bunch of her girlfriends at a convention by themselves.
If they were in full Harry Potter dress robes, yes, but not some of the ones that we saw. That was a little scary.
Well, I was just saying in general. I mean,
yes.
I'm old school though. You know what I mean? I don't. We wouldn't let our daughter wear makeup until she was 16. Now, do I think I'm naive and she didn't do it? Of course she did it. You know what I mean? But the thing was, the rule was this, and if she got caught doing it, she got punished for it. But there's no way in the world. I saw a bunch of girls. Now, like I said, they couldn't be more than 12 or 13. About 4 or 5 of them running in a little pack.
Well, they should maybe have a mandatory. If you're under this age, you need to have a parent or guardian with you at all times.
I thought so. You know
whether
what I mean?
they're dressed to go to the con or not, you have to have an adult with you.
I felt like it should have been. It was just one of those little things that struck me funny. But they were dressed as anime, and they were fully decked out with their costumes. Their cosplays were really on point. I commend that look because that took a lot of things, and it wasn't showing bits. You know what I mean? It was just an anime character. But again, young people like that running around because, you know, as I get older, I see this is Marky Mark. There was more than one there. Yeah. As I'm getting older, I'm seeing this next generation take over the conventions, which brings me to my next point. There was a lot of gentlemen running around
Did we lose Calibus?
Might have. There was a lot of fur and leather guys running around topless.
Oh, you see a lot of those down at
Yes.
Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see very revealing outfits at Dragon Con, believe me. And it's from both sides,
Yes.
both male and female.
I know when we went to NecoCon, it was like that. The guys were, wow, it was very gentleman. And my very conservative husband was very, he was like, what in the world did you bring me to?
I've done run fairs and I've done SCA stuff, so I've seen the war bunnies and I've seen interesting outfits.
Yeah, some of the younger guys that were very gender bent were just, you know, you thought it was a girl and they had on a dress, and then they bent over and you were like, whoa, that's not a girl.
There were a lot of guys that were in dresses.
Yeah.
Street outfits, wedding bridal dresses. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
No.
I forgive me for the technical difficulties, ladies. I've never had that happen like that before. I don't know what that little hiccup was, but so you guys understand what I was saying. There was a bunch of people. There was this one guy, and this dude was huge. And Marky Mark says he goes to NetCon with his daughter. That's a big anime con right there. I've never been, but I've heard about NecoCon being.
I went one
anime con.
Wow.
But there was this one big guy there. I mean, he was taller than me. He was wider than me, you know, and he dresses as a female. He did this. He did Leela from Futurama, and he did this killer female clown, I guess, you know, scaring kids or whatever.
Ouch.
Which was funny because those two didn't kind of, you know, bother me. But like you guys were saying, you know, you're seeing, you know,
French maids, bridal wedding dresses,
and beards, and I'm sitting there going, well, I don't understand, you know. I mean, I guess if it makes you feel good, you want to wear it, that's cool. I guess I'm not really too sure about it because I'm you know, kind of complex. I'm like a dog. I'm sitting there. You know how a dog turns his head and kind of, you know, I'm trying to make sense of what I'm seeing. What the theme was of it, you know what I mean? Was it some anime that I missed out on, or was this just person just trying to be him and come out? You know what I mean?
probably the latter.
Yeah. Well, I really don't think that's somewhere you do that at a convention at. You know what I mean? I just kind of feel that we're here for a theme of whatever.
Yes.
I think a lot of the younger generation is just more flexible because, like, my son paints his nails because he just likes to paint his nails.
Yeah.
Well, painting the nails is one thing, but dressing up fully.
Yeah, I get it, but
that's true.
So I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a younger generation thing. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure, you know, I was just trying to figure out what, because there's so many things that we're behind on. Like I think the newest baddest anime out there now is like Demon Slayer. That's all I kept hearing at the convention.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer this, Demon Slayer that. My daughter and her husband watch it, and they started just going gaga with this stuff. So they're buying the little figurines and everything else. And time is weighing on me. I'm sitting there going, well, I'm still a Batman fan over here. You know what I mean? All the old animation I grew up with is gone. The Bubblegum Crisis, the Dirty Pair. The last real good thing I really got into was Tenchi Muyo before it stopped. So some of this stuff is new to me. And to see all this stuff going around, like I'm watching the Korean dramas now because there's just nothing good on TV anymore. I'm sorry. I just, we get every now and then we get a gem of a show. Such as, like Picard has been really good. Well, season 3 of Picard has been pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, Mandalorian, of course, this last season though is kind of starting to kind of bother me because now, we had this huge chunk of story in between the action of the Mandalorian, which connected to this episode. And okay, yeah. I get it. Now we're seeing a lot more Bo-Katan story and just a little bit about the Mandalorian with Grogu. So I'm a little kind of Scooby-Doo.
Worried about where it goes.
Yeah, where are we going with this? You know what I mean? But all in all, it's good Star Wars. I'm enjoying it. But
it's
again,
better than nothing. It's better than what we could be getting.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. So, like I said, I mean, more power to the people that can pull that off. There's no way I could put myself into that position because one, I just think my legs are horrible enough. I couldn't pull off a dress or a skirt. I just,
you a dress or a skirt? I don't think so.
Maybe a kilt.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, I don't want to show my legs. I got too many scars, and they just,
one
kilt.
I can see you in a kilt.
Yes.
I see you in a kilt.
Yes.
I got those Popeye legs, you know what I mean? One bigger than the
other.
Great
kilt. It comes down longer.
But
think about it though. Now superheroes wear spandex, and there was a lot of this spandex stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few.
There was.
But there was a lot of a lot of people wearing colored makeup and just all the different. I like how they now have this better makeup that it's dry, that goes on, and it doesn't smear off when you
yeah,
and then it's apparently is very easy to wash off. So I applaud the makeup people who have finally come up with so these people can actually wear skin color like the greens and the blues and whatever. I think most of the people who are wearing makeup and whatnot look pretty darn good. What I saw.
Well, here's the thing that scared me. Everybody that really applied, that was going for a look, whether you were, a dude in a wedding dress or whatever, their makeup looked really damn good. I was really impressed with the guys and the girls' makeup. And the simple cosplays. We had a woman running around. Well, not running around. She was walking around dressed as Zartana from DC's, DC superheroes. She was a medium-sized woman, looked really great, and it was just a simple look, like makeup, the top hat, the tails coat, and the stockings and the little shoes. And I was like, man, that. And when I took the picture, my hand moved because it blurred out. I was so upset, but I didn't have the nerve to go back and go looking for her another picture. But I see that a lot of this stuff now, like I said, the younger crowd is definitely taken over from where we left off with our cosplays, because the last time, like I said, that I could really do a convention, we could have live steel as long as it was sheath.
Yeah.
And now you can't have it, but you can sell it inside the convention. You
Which
just
makes
can't
no
take it out,
sense.
which makes no sense because there's going to be somebody,
It's going to pull it
not
out.
naming any names, Calibus Rand, who took his stuff out. I was sitting at the table playing with mine before somebody was like, you're not supposed to have that out. And I'm like, yeah, okay. It shouldn't be sold inside the convention center. I don't understand why you would tell me, you had to, the security at the cons now, you have to check your weapon, you check your props.
Yeah.
They put this orange zip tie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're
You used
not
to be
putting
able
your
to
zip
peace
tie
tie
on my
them.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just thought,
You used to be able to peace tie your weapons. As long as you had a peace tie around them, you were fine.
I just found it funny. You know what I mean? Because but again, this is a mega con. You know what I mean? It's not a small con. Not to knock, Mars Con or Tidewater Con, but this was a huge con.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it like 3 or 4 levels? And all the people in their cosplays, and seeing the people from like Next Generation, where all you had to do was have that top and a little signet and some black pants and some black shoes, and you were good to go. You know what I mean? It was great. Let me ask you guys this question. What is it about cosplay that you like the most? Okay. I'm going to start with our Klingon lady because we obviously know what she likes most about it. And then Lady Gray, then Valanda, and I'm going to save good old Miss Liz for last. All right, Katala, tell us what you like about it.
It's nice to be able to have a strong female for others to know that it's okay to be having muscles all over the place and still look okay in your outfit. We need more strong women out there. And there's nothing stronger than a Klingon female, I don't think.
Mandalorian.
One half a dozen of the other, okay? I'll split it with you. Give me some good Mandalorian armor and we'll see.
All right, Lady Gray.
Well, I always jokingly say I never outgrew the need to play dress up, but I really think it's because, and I've said this in other podcasts, there are times when everyday life kind of sucks, and when you dress up in your cosplay, my everyday job sometimes, and sometimes my boss watches this podcast. So if you see this, boss, I do love my job. Don't fire me. But sometimes my job kind of sucks. And so to get to dress up as a Jedi or as a Mandalorian or as a wizard and just forget everyday life for a change, it's just for a few hours is awesome to be a warrior or a witch or whatever. It's a little bit of escape.
Yeah.
You need that every once in a while.
I can totally agree with that. I like the way you're thinking with that, because for me, like you said, it's just a chance to step outside of the humdrum reality of what it is and just, immerse yourself in that world. All right, Vonda, your take on it.
I 100% agree. I'm expressing myself. I'll dress up at work for Halloween, and this past by chance Halloween, only me and like 2 other co-workers dress up, and everybody knows I like Star Trek, and I have the lunch pail in my car, so I'm just expressing who I am. They know who I am because I talk Star Trek all the time at work. But I'm just expressing Vonda.
Like that. Okay, Miss Liz, bring her home. What do you like about it?
I like being able to dress up and hang around with my people who get what I get and like what I like and you don't have to defend yourself because you
That's
like
good.
something,
Amen.
and you feel comfortable, and you're having fun, and you're getting away from the real world and actually get to, for a couple hours, actually pretend like Lady Gray says. You get to pretend you're a wizard, or you're part of Starfleet, or so on, etc., etc. And that's how I feel about it. And it's really nice to be able to hang out with like-minded people who you don't have to worry about. Oh, she's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because I do remember the first time that we, going out and cosplay, and we were heading for the convention, and we were all in our monster maroon, Star Trek 2 uniforms, and a couple of guys were just, oh man, look at these guys, they're nuts, look at them, a little crazy, and then as they were driving by, they saw more people, and I guess they've never seen a convention before or whatever else. But I remember that, like you said, it is great to be around like-minded people looking at your costume, checking you out, asking for pictures. It is amazing. It does make you feel good. It makes you feel proud to be around your people, like you said, Miss Liz. So that's awesome. I also want to take the time to say thank you to Lady Gray for the
lanyards.
For the lanyard that you made.
Oh, you're welcome.
I greatly appreciated that. And you also made keychains for Jedi Joe to give out at the convention.
Oh,
And
yeah.
those went over well. I have a Millennium Falcon one. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
But I would also be amiss to also say again that, my lightsaber holder that you made for me is perfect. I love it. Matter of fact, I changed out my saber, and I put the first saber I ever dueled with, that I learned with, in it. And I can't wait to break it out again.
Well, that's from Katala and I.
Oh, well, I greatly appreciate it from both of you. And you got Jedi Joe saying hi, ladies. As we get back into it. So, ladies, the next convention is Tidewater Con. I don't know if I know Katala's not going to be able to make it. Ms. Liz, Lady Gray, Belanda, are you guys planning on going to Tidewater Con? And if you do,
When is Tidewater Con?
May.
Is it like the end of May or the beginning of May?
I think it's about the 20th, if I recall. The 20th.
Okay, I'll be back from Disney by then.
It is like the weekend I get back from my cruise. So I'm not sure.
May 20th and 22nd, 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll think about it.
I
hadn't really had any plans for it at this point. I'm going to go to Scares for Care this weekend.
Ooh.
I'm just going for the one day. I'm going for Saturday because I want to see Armin Shimmerin. I'm going to get his book and get it autographed and hang out with a couple of people that I know they're going to be there. And that's pretty much it. I'm not cosplaying or anything. I'm going to wear our club T-shirt, by the way.
Okay.
So I will be spreading the 757 love, as it
Which
were.
reminds me, our Lady Gray, I already got I've already made your shirt up, and now Vonda, you being Starfleet for your Matriarch shirt. We're gonna have to come up with what you would like. Would you like it to be like a Starfleet uniform? Do you have a particular color?
Okay.
Okay. You're leaving it up to me then? Is that what you're saying?
I think she doesn't want to be a red shirt though.
Actually, I have a few red shirts.
Oh,
That,
really?
yeah, I have one that it looks like I had phaser burns all over. I actually have two of those.
Wow.
Pajamas. Yeah, I got some red shirts.
Well, I know he's planning on doing Spock for me because I like Spock.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get you your spot.
Spock is my favorite. He's the reason for my being. I wouldn't have.
Miss Liz. We're going to cut that short because I know where you're going with this, and we're not traveling down that road.
No. He's he's the reason I started watching sci-fi in the first place. You know, I really don't count the early, like the old Flash Gordons and all that other stuff. I was really kind of too young to really appreciate that stuff. So I think essentially Star Trek's what got me started in sci-fi in the first place.
Yes.
So, and Spock was always my favorite.
It's what got me started. I went in there.
Him and Dr. McCoy. I really like Dr. McCoy.
I was asking my dad 50 questions. He's like, just sit down, shut up, watch the TV. It'll explain itself. I mean, you're telling a 5-year-old to sit down and shut up and watch TV. And I fell in love with it. The big ship flying over the screen and beaming down. And, I mean, I didn't get what Captain Kirk was doing, with the women for a long time. You know what I mean? I just like the fight scenes and stuff. And then when I got older, and I'm like, oh, Don Juan of space. Look at this guy.
I like the between not Kirk, but McCoy and Spock. I like their
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McCoy, I think McCoy just kind of.
I think they all did. Spock was so easy of a target. But so okay, your next cosplay at your next con, whether it be now or in next year, what is your next cosplay at the next convention you're attending?
Ooh.
I know it's kind of rough.
I don't know. If I go to Tidewater Comic Con, I think I might do the Jedi. Because a lot of the guys around here are doing Jedi, like Joe and all them.
Well, he's Jedi Joe says he's hoping to have his Joker ready for Tidewater Comic Con.
Oh, so you're gonna do Joker? Well, I'm not into so I'd have to either go with the Jedi or I'd have to go with McGonagall or Dr.
You could be a Whovian. You could be a Whovian.
Yeah, I could go. I could go as Doctor Who, no problem. It's a very comfortable costume. It's easy to wear.
Yeah. I'm telling you now. For me, MarsCon next year, I'm looking to either be a Mando or some a better Klingon.
Hey,
I'll get that silicone and I'll have that forehead ready this time coming around.
I got a question. Everybody who had gone to the con, did you see that one dealer that was doing all the Mandalorian helmets?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that cool?
That was.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I wanted a couple of those helmets, but I was like, I've got like 7 of them already, so I can't justify sneaking.
Well, I could buy the helmet, but then what would I do with the rest of it? Because I don't have the skills to make the rest of it.
Yeah.
I've been studying how to make the armor. I think I know how to make the armor.
Yeah, well.
What?
I've been watching the videos. I think I know how to make the foam armor.
And I see you've been posting it up there because you sent me that thing, and I'm sitting there going, God, man, if I only had the skill.
Yeah, I think I know how to make the foam armor. I got to play with it.
Well, it looks like we have an armorer around us.
We'll see. We'll see. The helmet's the expensive part.
Actually, I know a place that you can get a nice helmet.
Okay.
And,
yeah, because it's $130 on Amazon.
Yeah, well, that particular, I mean, if you get the regular Mando helmet, the Black Series, yeah, but there's a guy. My helmet is almost rated like a cycle helmet, so like I could actually fall down hard and my head still be good because it's padded and it's got that. Dakar found it on Etsy.
Okay. You'll have
Okay.
to stick a
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So we got. Oh, Marky Mark said he saw the helmets too. They were nice.
Yep.
Def Leopard cosplay for Tidewater Con. This is the way. Yes, it is. So, Lady Gray, since we're with you, what is your next cosplay at your next convention?
Well, Tidewater will have to definitely just be the pink jet. I won't have time to make anything else. Next year, I definitely want to do the Bo-Katan. Like I said, I've been studying up on how to do the foam armor. If I can pull the foam armor off, that's probably my next one. I have the fabric to do the Jocasta Nu, so I probably should do it, but I really want to do Bo-Katan, so we'll see. I have to stick to my diet as well, or else I'll be a fat Bo-Katan. I don't think it'll be a good look, so we'll see.
I don't know. I think you'd make a great Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
you'd make a great Bo-Katan. There was a lady at the convention. She was a plus size lady, and she had a Bo-Katan. I mean, it's the armor. It's all about how the armor looks on you. If the armor looks good on you, it just doesn't matter, your size. It just doesn't. And that was comforting for me because, I'm sitting there going, oh, okay.
yeah.
There were a lot of Mandalorians that looked pretty damn good last weekend. Yes, they did.
Yeah, I found the pattern for the arm to make the foam armor on Etsy. I just have to download it, and then I just got to figure out how to make it work. But we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Bonda?
I've been looking at the Strange New Worlds costume, a commander, the gold. So I was debating on buying that, or for Halloween I was thinking about doing Cruella de Vil.
Ooh, nice.
So it's going to be between the two.
All right. We saw the guy that we were talking to, he had his Strange New Worlds, and he had a Discovery under his jacket for Strange New World thing, and I thought that was really weird. I mean, cool. He was a Klingon. What was it? Friday,
Yeah.
And then Saturday he was
Federation,
which was awesome. It was awesome. All right, Miss Katala, your next convention.
a variation on Klingon, unless I can come up with something interesting in between.
Okay. All right. It sounds like you guys have a plan for the 757 Geek Fandoms and Cosmic Portal Tidewater Comic-Con, which is in May 20th and 21st. Cosmic Portal is looking at MarsCon, setting up there with the 757, definitely pushing out some stuff, and we're trying to have you guys there as a panel, as an event. Hopefully we'll have a good discussion. see right there, Miss Liz, that right there scares me. We're going to try to have you and the Blurds hit MarsCon. We'll see how it goes, and that way we can make sure that we can get everything going and tickets for everybody.
We lose them again?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
So be aware, ladies. I am trying to get you in for MarsCon in January to do your show live in front of an audience.
Tease the guys.
Miss Liz. But as always, you ladies are the fandom. You guys bring life into the world and into the fandom. Thank you for being who you are and sharing everything that you do share with us. And I look forward to your next topic as your moderator. We are creating a Star Trek show. So I've already, confirmed with a bunch of you. Lady Gray, if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome. I know that's not your strong suit, but the invitation is always open for you to join in on the discussion. It will be a mixed bag of, some guys, some girls, but we're going to talk Trek because this last year of Picard has been great.
Yeah.
There's a spinoff maybe in the works called Star Trek Legacy. And right now, Paramount has already ordered Star Trek Academy. So Trek is where it's at lately. I'm happy that that's the direction it's going in, and hopefully we'll have good showrunners to keep it going. But with that being said, ladies, it is time to say goodnight. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
I got a question.
Shoot.
Larry put out that video with from Stargate SG-1 with Samantha Carter giving Jack O'Neill a really hard time about being MacGyver.
Yes, that
oh
was
my
cute.
God, that was hilarious.
That was cute.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hilarious.
I saw that and I thought of you, so I had to throw that in the.
It was so funny.
You were on MacGyver for 7 years. Make a nuclear reactor with it. All right, then, ladies. I bid you good night, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Honey.
Good night.
Good night.